What does it really mean to run away from yourself? Escapism is actually all around us. Once you've noticed it, you cannot unsee it anymore. And broadly speaking, there are two types of escapism. You can think of the one type of escapism as a little cute turtle and the other one as a shark. And they are both just making sure that you don't take the time to reflect and look at yourself and just notice how you are feeling. What really triggered me was that I heard that just working a lot can also be a way of escaping your problems. And I think this is really interesting because in our society we always tend to glorify working really hard. And actually I think this could also be a sign of weakness and unwillingness to actually evaluate what's happening inside of you. So first of all, about escapism, I used to think that it's always bad. But there's obviously, like everything in life, a bit of nuance here. Because when we are always confronting ourselves and always like looking our feelings straight into the eye, we are also strengthening these connections of the feelings that we are having. And sometimes it can actually be a good thing to just take a step back, turn on your Netflix or read a book or talk to a friend, listen to some music and distract yourself. And I hear myself saying this, I haven't quite gotten used to this, but it can be a healthy thing. I just want to say that you should do everything as much as reasonable. And I think this is really important because we tend to be so dogmatic and stubborn and rigid in the ways that we treat ourselves, and we've internalized this voice of the people that are always telling us that we should do this and we should do that, and that's creating a lot of tension. The two different ways of escaping from ourselves, which can sometimes be healthy, are prevention focused like a turtle or promotion focused like a shark. And what do I mean by this is that imagine this cute little turtle is just like chilling around eating his grass or fish. I don't know really what turtles are eating, but he's good just the way he is. And when anything is dangerous, he's energized. And this is the important and interesting thing, because the shark, the promotion focused person, he is energized when there's something to grab. So he sees his goal, he sees the fish or the seal in front of him, and he's getting a rush of energy and just going after it. Where the prevention focused person, he's all good where he is, nothing really needs to change, let's just sit back and relax. And the only moment when the turtle feels a rush of energy is when he notices that just his normal life is starting to be disturbed. So in the paper that I read about escapism, a Danish scientist used these two examples of prevention focus, or the little turtle that I make out of it, or promotion focused, or the shark that I make out of it. He used these to explain two types of escapism. So the first type of escapism is expressive escapism. And we do this because we know that there will be something good in the future. So this is the shark. He sees this grand goal and he's going after it, and he is not reflecting about his life, he's not evaluating his life, but he's going after it. And the result will often be a healthy thing. So it could be running, it could be snowboarding, it could be painting, as long as we are not reflecting and just closing our eyes and noticing what's inside of our mind and our body. And the other type of escapism is suppressive escapism. So this is based on the turtle, that's all fine the way he's living right now. But just as at the moment when he notices that there's something a bit annoying, he starts to turn on his Instagram or Facebook, or he grabs a beer and he goes down into this kind of negative outcome spiral. Because the expressive type of escapism is always making sure that there's often a healthy and happy end result. And with the suppressive type of escapism, there's a often negative and not so happy type of outcome. And the interesting thing here is that when people are creating a life around them, when they are always doing suppressive escapism, but when there's something else in life that really needs their attention, it's going to be really hard for them to get rid of these types of escapism, like alcoholism or just indulging in social media, where the expressive type of escapism is having a way easier time of just letting go temporarily of all his good escapism habits and just putting his energy into like moving a house or finding a new job. And after reading this paper about expressive and suppressive escapism, I realized that yes, working a lot can be a form of escapism, and no, escapism isn't always a bad thing, but always everything obviously should be in moderation. When you're overwhelmed by something, it's okay to just like escape for a bit and then wait until the things that you're overwhelmed by are just easier to grasp and easier to handle, and work through it just bit by bit, because you should be kind to yourself, and we tend to forget this. So the main point for me for this story is that it's okay to do some escapism, and we should just do everything as much as reasonable, and we don't always have to fully confront everything at once, and everything can just be nuanced and just be done with some moderation. So this was for me something that really changed my mind, and I hope that it has done the same for you. So I can see you in the next video.